Hello, all you beautiful marketing mensches out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Marketing Mensch. I'm Darren Elliott, your host, and I wanted to share with you something that happened to me while we were kind of on a hiatus. I did a great webinar, online webinar, and had a lot of people attending this webinar, and it was about how to monetize your YouTube channel. So we kind of put the brakes on other things that were in production. We decided we want to put this up front, and we went ahead and created this two-part episode for you that explains these three programs that you can take advantage of, and so you can monetize your channel. So I'm going to go through that today, but before I do, of course, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're at 63, and that's with really no marketing, just word of mouth. We're just putting this out, and people are picking it up, and it's wonderful. I'm going to continue to make this a free resource for business owners, but eventually, yes, I will monetize it. But when we reach the 100 mark, any subscribers that are subscribed, when we reach the 100 mark, is going to get a very special offer. So if you're not a subscriber yet, I'd get on board, because we're going to have a lot of fun, and you would be a part of a very interactive, involved marketing community. Also, when you subscribe, I'll give you a shoulder tap when a new episode comes out, and they're filled with things like how to write content, tips and tricks about building websites or the best platforms for your business. And a lot of this, all of this actually, is geared to you, the business owner, because I believe you can do this all yourself. You don't need to pay a designer or a developer to do what I'm explaining, although they would like for you to think about that. Well, you need them, but you really don't. So if you're a DIY type of person, then you're going to love the Marketing Mensch. So if you've already subscribed, please tell people about us, and that this resource is for anyone who wants to learn. Anyone in business should know about the channel at least, and hopefully take advantage of all the free resources that we're providing. And then also, of course, you can email me if you have a question about any episodes, or if you have something going on with your own project that you'd just like to run an idea or concern by me. By all means, please do. I'm here to help you. So Darren@unetdesign.com is my email address, and I certainly hope that you take me up on that offer. Okay, so let's get started. If you're thinking of marketing on YouTube, there's some really interesting numbers I came across, and I think that you should know some of these numbers, so that it will give you a good idea or confirm that you are using the right platform. So a couple of things is roughly 54.5% of YouTube users are men, and 45.6% are women. So if you're looking at a split, in demographics with men and women, that's a pretty good share of both. The largest age group using YouTube is 25 to 34. And what do you think the second largest group is? That's right, it's going to be 35 to 44. And then, believe it or not, YouTube has the largest audience, or India has the largest YouTube audience, followed by the United States. I was really surprised to see that. So India is at 462 million active users, and the United States is at 239 million, and then Brazil's in third at 144 million users. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that what you're doing right now is reaching more in India than here in the United States. Actually, the fact is that the US contributes the most YouTube traffic. So that's up to like 21.93%. Compared to other countries. So in comparison to India, that makes India in second position at 8.11 for its platform traffic. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Also, YouTube is the #1 platform for viewing live content. US, 50% use YouTube to watch live content, and that's putting it above Facebook and Instagram. And also, YouTube's ad revenue crossed $30 billion, and it's still growing. That was in 2023. And it's up 10.25% from Google's global, or of Google's global revenues. It takes up 10.25 of that. Pretty impressive. People do spend about 48, almost 50 minutes on YouTube each day. So people are spending more time watching YouTube videos now in 2024 than they are in 2023. So these are really cool things to know if you're thinking about marketing, your business and trying to monetize your channel. So knowing your audience, right? Knowing where your audience exists. And if it's here, then this is a good place to start directing your attention. So we want to know, how do we monetize the YouTube? So we're going to discuss today YouTube Partnership Program, which is YPP, and how it works. And we're also going to talk about how to join that YouTube Partnership Program. I'm going to give you insight on that, and extra ways to monetize on YouTube, as well as YouTube sponsorship deals and brand deals that you could take advantage of to make money for yourself, and YouTube affiliate marketing and how that works and how that can be a benefit to you. And then there's YouTube fan funding, and I'll explain how that works. So you'll also learn along the way some helpful tips and tricks. So let's get started. And like I said, I'm going to be making this a two-part presentation. So there's a lot to cover, so I just kind of want to break it up for you. So, but the possibilities, I've got to tell you, are endless if you are thinking of making money on YouTube. It is a great platform, and we seem to be cutting out, and it's pissing me off. It really is.
Go.
So before we begin, let me just start by saying the possibilities are endless. If you do YouTube, you're thinking of monetizing your channel, there's plenty of programs for you to take advantage of to help you with the process. So there are guidelines. I'm going to tell you how each one works and how you can take advantage of each one. So we'll get started. So oh, that's fucking funny. Look at this.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So before we begin, I just want to say first, the possibilities are endless for you if you want to monetize. Now there are guidelines for each type of program, but we're going to go into that in this two-part series that I'm giving you about how to monetize your YouTube channel. So we're going to start first with the YouTube Partner Program, so the YPP, you might have also heard it called. So we'll talk about how it works. So the YouTube pays creators through Google AdSense program. That's when a viewer watches or clicks on an ad within your video, then revenue is generated. So if you're playing a video, there's an ad there, they click on it, and you make money, and that's really good. The revenue is usually you're making about 55% off of that click. So if that's split between you, and YouTube takes the other 45%. So that's pretty good money. And then also, if you want to be a part of this program, though, you have to make sure that your channel is really up to snuff. So make sure that there are no red flags, because you're not just handed this. It's almost like you apply for this. You have to reach a certain reach their guidelines, which are certain numbers, and we're going to talk about that. But they're going to be looking at your channel. So you want to make sure that everything's kosher with your channel. So maybe there's no copyright infringements or adult content, language, or pornography or something like that, nudity, whatever. You want to make sure that it meets the YouTube's community guidelines. Okay, so make sure before you get involved with this program that you know that. So let's talk about the YouTube Partner Program. To apply, you apply from the YouTube Studio, the Earn page, and now it tracks what watch the time that you have, how many subscribers you have, and apply when YouTube gives you the green light. Now, what are those numbers? I'm glad you asked. So 500 subscribers is what you need. About 3 public uploads in the last 90 days. So if you go back to your channel, you know how you have public and private settings and stuff and custom link. That's where it has to be available to the public, okay? So you need about 3 public uploads in the last 90 days. Also 3,000 public watch hours within the previous 12 months. Really, that's not so hard. That's not hard. That's very doable. Or 3 million public YouTube short views in the last 90 days. Still, again, it's not an impossibility. So once you're in, though, now if you're into this program with 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, you won't need to reapply after hitting the 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. So you keep on going. You'll have access, though, this is the cool part, is you'll have access to revenue tools that you didn't have before. So it opens up another whole, control board for you to help you to monetize your channel and bring in revenue for your channel. Now, if you're denied the first time you're rejected, you have about 21 days to appeal the decision. Then you'll have to wait another 30 days before reapplying. So, if you're rejected the first time, it's not the best thing to be rejected, of course, but if you happen to be, don't sweat it. You just go back, you make sure that you make those changes. Why did they reject you? Then they're going to tell you why, and you just need to fix it. But I say look at your channel and make sure that you don't have any of those red flags to begin with. The second time you're rejected, though, you'll still have 21 days to appeal, but you can only reapply after 90 days. Now, if you're denied, which I really hope you're not, YouTube will prioritize new applicants over repeat ones. So you're denied a second time, they're kind of overlooking you. They'll get back to you maybe, but you don't want to get into that dugout, okay? So spend time fixing what you can that works against your channel. It could be copyright infringements, it could be inappropriate content. Think about it, look at it with discerning eyes, and fix it. All right, so that's the first part. Wow, what was that like? That was pretty quick and painless, I thought, right? Okay, even my camera person is nodding her head. Okay, so anyway, I want to thank you for tuning into the first part of this series, How to Monetize Your YouTube Channel. We're going to get into the other programs next, but of course, if you would, subscribe, but we're going to be talking about more ways in part 2 that you can monetize your channel. So if you would, please join me. I'll talk to you soon.